Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tonight marks the go-home edition of WWE Raw before Backlash 2025. After missing last week, General Manager Adam Pearce will return on the red brand to handle the show once again. Superstars will advance their respective feuds on the go-home episode before the Backlash PLT. Adam Pearce is the man responsible for keeping things under control on the flagship show. And with a stacked night ahead, it appears he will have a packed day at the office. In this listicle, we look at 5 announcements General Manager Adam Pearce could make on Raw. Logan Paul secured a statement win at WrestleMania 41 by defeating former world champion AJ Styles. Following his win, Paul made it clear he wants to capture the World Heavyweight title. The Maverick has targeted Jey Uso over the last few weeks. The Yeet Master and the YouTube sensation had an altercation on Raw, where Uso leveled Paul with a superkick. However, Logan got revenge the same night and connected his signature punch on Jey backstage, knocking the champion out. Adam Pearce could announce a last-minute championship bout between Jey Uso and Logan Paul at the 2025 Backlash. T. McDonough returned to the company on the Raw after WrestleMania 41 and helped Dominic Mysterio retain his Intercontinental Championship against Penta. Tonight marks McDonough's return to singles action since his return from injury, as he will compete in the one-on-one bout against Penta. Mid Judgment Day's heel tactics and constant interference to steal wins, Adam Pearce might ban the entire heel stable for the match between Penta and JD on Raw. After WrestleMania, Roxanne Perez and Julia shockingly attacked Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer, creating an incredible tag team feud. Tonight on Raw, Roxanne Perez is set to face off against Sky in a singles match. Former NXT Women's Champion Julia could interfere in the bout, and Ripley could make a save. Pearce could officially announce a tag team bout where Io and Rhea could go up against Julia and Roxanne at Backlash. Last week, Sami Zayn was mercilessly attacked by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker after the Honorary Use rejected Rollins' offer to join them. Security personnel had to intervene to stop the brutal attack on Zayn as the former Intercontinental Champion was knocked out. Tonight, Adam Pearce could announce that after getting assaulted by Rollins and Breaker last week, Zayn has sustained some injuries and he will take time off to recover. Since joining the alliance, Rollins, Breaker, and Paul Heyman have taken WWE by storm. On Raw after Mania, Roman Reigns and CM Punk fell victim to the heel stable. And last week, Sami Zayn found himself in the crosshairs of the duo. General Manager Adam Pearce could take some serious steps to stop these attacks, either suspending Rollins and Breaker for taking out major superstars or imposing massive fines. WWE Raw is set to explode tonight, with General Manager Adam Pearce reportedly preparing to lay down the law after a week of sheer chaos, backstage turmoil, and in-ring defiance. Sources close to WWE management claim Pearce has had enough and will use tonight's episode to restore order and authority. After what transpired last week, with 2 top stars igniting brawls that extended beyond the ring and spilled into private production areas, Pearce has allegedly made the call suspensions could be handed out live on television. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Rumors suggest that the Judgment Day, one of the most dominant factions in recent WWE history, may be facing an unprecedented ban. Let's dive into the chaos that led to this moment, and the 5 bombshell announcements Pearce might drop tonight on WWE Raw. The drama reached a boiling point last Monday when Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, who were not even booked in a match together, collided in a violent confrontation that left WWE officials scrambling. The altercation, which began after a backstage promo by Rollins, escalated when McIntyre interrupted and accused Seth of manipulating the crowd and hijacking the show's narrative. As tensions rose, fists flew, tables crashed, and multiple production assistants were injured trying to break up the fight. Rollins reportedly suffered a bruised shoulder, while McIntyre may have broken a monitor with his bare hands. Cameras barely caught the brawl as it spilled into the parking lot, with McIntyre shouting, "This isn't your story anymore." before being restrained by security. Pearce was said to be livid backstage and held an emergency meeting with WWE legal and talent relations. Insiders now believe Pearce will suspend both Rollins and McIntyre for conduct detrimental to the company and for endangering backstage personnel. If this happens on Raw tonight, it will mark the first time in nearly a decade that two former world champions are suspended simultaneously for non-sanctioned physical conduct. But there's more at play here. Rollins has been openly critical of WWE's direction since losing the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41, while McIntyre has been on a warpath, blaming everyone from Cody Rhodes to Pearce himself for his stalled momentum. The looming suspensions may not just be punishment. They could signal a storyline shift that leads to a SummerSlam collision between the two titans. Could Pearce be using this disciplinary action to reset the chessboard? Time will tell. But perhaps the most shocking development involves the Judgment Day. The group has thrived in chaos, taking over main events, interfering in title matches, and assaulting both superstars and staff. Last week, Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio disrupted the Raw main event between Gunther and Jey Uso, causing a no contest and injuring a referee in the process. This was the final straw. Pearce reportedly slammed his headset on the table and stormed out of gorilla position, declaring "This ends now." Multiple sources within WWE claim Pearce has been given the green light by top executives to remove Judgment Day from Raw entirely, at least temporarily. A potential ban, even if symbolic, would send a strong message. No one is above the rules, not even the faction that's run wild for over a year. If Pearce pulls the trigger on this announcement, Raw will have a seismic shift in power. Judgment Day's absence would leave a massive vacuum in the roster's hierarchy. Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, currently out with injury, Dominic and Priest have all had significant control over Raw's narrative in recent months. A ban could be a way to write them off television for a few weeks to refresh the angle, or it could lead to Judgment Day retaliating in shocking fashion, possibly even invading SmackDown or NXT. One insider hinted that Pearce's decision won't be popular in the locker room, which may lead to other stars rising up against his authority. Could we see the rise of a new rebellious faction? Perhaps even an unlikely alliance between Rollins and McIntyre once the dust settles. Another major topic Pearce is expected to address is the women's division, specifically the fallout between Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. After Lynch retained her Women's World Championship in controversial fashion at Backlash, Liv attacked her from behind and used a steel chair to send a message. She's not finished yet. Pearce may be planning to announce a rematch for Night of Champions, or, alternatively, suspend Liv Morgan for post-match assault. However, fan reaction to Liv's aggression has been mostly positive, with many chanting her name during house shows over the weekend. Pearce is reportedly torn between disciplining Liv or leaning into the fan buzz and officially booking a stipulation-heavy rematch. Either way, tonight's Raw could feature a confrontation between Becky and Liv that sets the stage for one of the summer's hottest feuds. On top of all this, Pearce may unveil a blockbuster tournament to determine the next #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. After Braun Breaker obliterated Sami Zayn in a non-title match on SmackDown, rumors have swirled that Breaker will be moved to Raw and inserted into a title picture he's long deserved. Pearce, eager to bring fresh blood to the brand, might use tonight's show to launch a new tournament featuring rising stars like Ilja Dragunov, Ricochet, Chad Gable, and perhaps even a returning Shinsuke Nakamura. This move would help distract from the disciplinary headlines and realign focus on the in-ring product. The Intercontinental Championship, currently held by Sami Zayn, could become Raw's most hotly contested prize if Pearce goes through with this plan. Lastly, don't count out a surprise appearance from a returning legend. With so many storylines in flux and Pearce at the center of all the drama, tonight might be the perfect moment to bring back someone like Randy Orton or even Edge to bring order or chaos. Orton has been teasing a comeback and was spotted near WWE HQ last week, while Edge has reportedly been in talks for one final run. Could Pearce call upon a veteran enforcer to help maintain control over Raw? If Judgment Day is truly banned, the locker room will need leadership. A returning legend could fill that void or further ignite the fire. In short, tonight's WWE Raw is shaping up to be a game-changer. Adam Pearce holds the power to shake the foundation of the Red brand, and his decisions will echo throughout the wrestling world. With suspensions looming, factions in jeopardy, championships on the line, and legacy stars circling the perimeter, anything can happen. One thing is for certain, Pearce is no longer sitting back. He's taking control, and the WWE Universe better be ready. Whether fans cheer or boo his actions, he's poised to make this one of the most talked-about episodes in recent memory. What will Adam Pearce announce? Who will face the consequences? And who will rise from the ashes of punishment and chaos to take control of WWE Raw? Tune in tonight to find out, because after this, nothing will ever be the same. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.